After 22 long years, Arsenal Football Club are finally champions of the Premier League under Arteta. After these 6 years, he's finally brought the trophy to them. And congratulations to our Arsenal fans. They deserve this after the constant years of rants, second places that they had to endure, and humiliations by City. They finally done it. And none other than the many Arsenal fans that deserve this win, but my dad as well. He gifted me this Alexis Sanchez jersey many years ago, and sadly, he's not here to celebrate it with us because he has been a lifelong Arsenal fan, and he is the reason why I even started watching football in the first place as a young age. Maybe I should become an Arsenal fan like him, but I jumped ship to become a Real Madrid supporter. But this is not about me or Real Madrid. This is about Arsenal and how they have finally crossed the line. But under Arteta, they have finally done it. And no other manager has gotten this much scrutiny by the media like Arteta has. The various means of bottlers. Can he actually do it? Can he be the man to do it? And if they didn't win any trophies this year, the pitchforks were out for him to get fired and hire a new manager because this is the farthest he can take them. And he has taken them to the top of the Premier League where no other manager has been able to do since the departure of Arsene Wenger. And they fully deserve it. The way he's rebuilt this Arsenal team since he came in from the ground up, from the 6 years ago to where they are now, he has completely revitalized this program, completely revitalized this team, and transformed them into ways that we cannot even fathom. And could we see a dynasty? Could we see a dynasty under Arteta? All he really needs now is just three more pieces, a formidable forward, an elite midfield, because the defense itself is already sound. No improvements need to be made. They're probably the best defense in the league. And with the likes of Gabriel and Saliba, that two-man partnership, and even behind them, David Raya, those trio right there have honestly solidified their position in this club, in this team for many, many years. They are arguably the best defenders out there currently. In I would say even one of the best goalkeeper there, bar Courtois and maybe a few others that I can't think of right now. But it's been a process. Ever since Arteta came in, he's been handled with a squad of aging players, players that didn't fit his ideology of playing, players that didn't necessitate to the squad that he wanted, didn't fit his vision. And every year since the first year he came, he's improved. He's improved until he maybe hit a roadblock for about 2, 3 seasons where it's consistent second place. But you can see there that he's building something. Just give him a little bit more time, a little bit more money, and props to Kroenke and the Arsenal board, and just for giving him the time to be able to do this. Because in modern football now, if you don't get a trophy within 2, 3 years, you're out the door. They gave Arteta as much time as needed, 6 years to plan out what he wanted to do, have his ideology set, and there he brought it to them. And quite honestly, this season for Arsenal has been a roller coaster because they should have sealed the deal in this league many months back when they had the opportunity to not go 9 points ahead of City, but 12 points ahead of City. But they end up dropping points in key games where they didn't need to. And in those key games, you thought to yourself, could they do it again? Can they really bottle it? But no, they didn't. But they were the best team in the Premier League by far. City couldn't come near them whatsoever. And just the inconsistencies throughout the season that they kept on doing, Arsenal just had to capitalize on it, but they did it at the time. But they did it, and they deserved it. They were by far the best team in the planet, or the best team in the league this season. And to spearhead the win with the midfielder they bought a couple years back in Declan Rice. He's not the captain on the team sheet, but he's the captain on the field. How he's come in there and revitalized that midfield with the engine, the work rate. If it was my first time ever watching Arsenal, I would think he came from their academy because the amount of passion that he shows, the leadership that he shows in that leadership he shows on the field, it just shows to me that he's an Arsenal player full on and full through. And other than the core of, Saliba, Gabriel, making up that defense, Raya in net, Rice in the midfield, bossing it up. There's one man that deserves it all, and that is their star boy from Hale and Bukayo Saka, who's played many positions but started primarily as a left back in his youth days up until first team football with Arsenal. And we saw for a season or two that that's where he played left back. But then under Arteta, can we play him somewhere else? He has a little bit more to him. So then they shifted him out to right wing. And from there, we saw him blossom as a player. Although not Bale-esque in the way Bale, conducts himself out of football, the way his type of ability is, he is their Bale for them. And the fact that a Hale End player / captain is the one lifting the trophy, it's like music to their ears. They're one of their own has been, a success story. And let this success story be seen by many of the other Hale End graduates waiting to be into the team fully, in the likes of Dowman, Lewis Skelly, and potentially more that will come up through the ranks, and they'll see that, there is a chance at this club. There is a future at this club because Bukayo Saka has showed that. And he deserves all the applaudance and everything that he's done for this club, with periods of moments where he's injured, but he's still playing. He comes back half fit, he's still playing. And he always manages to give a consistent 7 out of 10 performance every game. Bukayo Saka doesn't rarely ever drop a stinker. He's always there producing at the highest levels. Though Arsenal has won this league in a manner that not many people are fond with, not that I'm fine with, but the set pieces, I don't believe any other team has scored many set pieces in the current league as they done. The way that they can just grind out wins, the defensive structure where 11 men are behind the ball, they are a wall to break down. They are a fortress to break down. You can't do it. And just the style and the way they played, it's not the most enthusiastic. It's not the most fun team. It's not the most energetic the way they played, but they figure out a recipe to win the Premier League. And you can't complain. As long as you win, you win. Because who cares? Because Atletico Madrid, they won a league in a similar way. 11 players back, defensive ground. Arsenal did the same way. So you can't really complain about how they really won it. But from here, I truly believe near the end of the season, you've seen Arteta start playing Eze, Lewis Skelly, Rice in the midfield, being more adventurous with his attack and his midfield. And we were hoping to ourselves, maybe if Arsenal could have done this earlier, they could have blitzed the league. They could have already won it earlier. But he went with a more pragmatic approach that suited him and suited this team. But now that we're seeing Arteta experiment, become more lively, there is another level. There is another gear that he can take this team. And where he can take this team, I don't think many players or many teams want to see. Because give Arsenal a few more signings. Give them a quality class midfield to get in the midfielder. Get an attacker of the likes of Barcola, Leao. Get Osimhen at striker and many more offensive reinforcements. They could well and truly build a dynasty. Because look at the teams that they're going to be competing with next season. The City side is lacking, and we already seen that Pep Guardiola has stepped down from his manager position, and Enzo Maresca is going to come in. Will he be able to, apply pressure, get first, second, or third in his first season? We have Xabi Alonso coming into the league with the weak Chelsea squad, which I don't think, unless they do the necessary signings, I give or take, they need about 2-year process. Michael Carrick becoming now the full-time manager of Manchester United. He himself, although he already has a platform of where he started off this season and a few months under his belt, they still need more attacking reinforcement and midfielding reinforcements to assure themselves that they have the depth and defensive reinforcements to actually compete in this league. And lastly, who's in Liverpool? Liverpool have fallen off a cliff since Arsenal has come in. So still, with those contenders in the way, it could possibly be next year, just a few more right signings, and Arteta could lead Arsenal to a second Premier League title. And I full on well can see that happening. And just to reiterate my point on the center backs, Gabriel Magalhaes, since Arteta has come in, his first few seasons, he was a laughing stock in the Premier League, a defender that really couldn't do it, a defender that always had his bozo moments. He was always bound to make mistakes. But the way he has transformed himself within the last 3 years, competing at the highest levels with other defenders, and possibly being the best defender at Arsenal Football Club, he deserves all the plaudits in the world. Many of these players will go down in Arsenal folklore as legends that they finally did it. And he is the one that spearheaded them into doing it with the way he goes into challenges, his attacking presence in the air. It's almost like Casemiro. Casemiro for Man United and for Madrid, his attacking threat is so potent. And this way, Gabriel himself, he is doing that too. And it's funny. If Brazil want a chance at winning this World Cup, they need to go hire Arsenal's set piecing coach, because the way ever since he's come into the club and just transformed the set piece tactics, no wonder every time they score a corner, no wonder every time they get a set piece, the camera is pointed at him. Nicholas Jover, what can you do for us? What have you done in the training ground to get these results, to drill this into their heads? And without key players, without three players, you know, Rice and Saka whipping in those corners, and Gabriel coming late into the box or being in the box to find those headers, I truly believe without those three players, they would not have as much success as they do on set pieces. But I am happy for Arsenal to finally win their first trophy in 22 years. And who knows, they have a Champions League coming up with PSG in the coming weeks. Can they get over the line there too and win the first ever Champions League season? Win their first ever Champions League trophy in the history of their team? Who knows? But until then, it has been Mohamed Bin Sports, MBS, and take care, everyone.